What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Hope everybody's having a great day or night whenever you're watching this. The playoffs are going crazy right now, and so are the Golden State Warriors. This team looks dangerous as can be, and maybe as ever. Man, they look so good right now. I want to talk about why they're dangerous and what I think could possibly happen in the playoffs with them. Before I get into that, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I really appreciate it. And if you enjoy this kind of content, please like the video. I really appreciate that as well. Let's jump right into it. This team's dangerous, man. And honestly, I didn't really know what to expect for them going into the playoffs because they've never been healthy pretty much all year long. Like, it's the main core four guys have not played more than like 3 minutes together before this first round playoff series, where they've been, as you guys can see in the background over there, absolutely annihilating the Nuggets. It's only been 2 games, but honestly, I think we all kind of knew what was going to happen in the series anyway. But let's talk about, like, they're healthy now. Everybody's healthy with the exception of like Iguodala and Wiseman. And Wiseman hasn't played all year anyway, so not even really a part of the team at this point. Iguodala had some neck spasms, whatever. The main guys are healthy. That is important because now you got all your horses for the race. So I think that's really important to get healthy. You want to get healthy at the right time, and I think they just barely did. Steph's foot is probably still not anywhere near 100%, but it's to the point where he can manage it and he can play and he can be him. So I think that's really all you need. And then I think, well, while you have guys like Klay, you have Steph, you have Poole, you have Draymond, the core four that I'm talking about for majority of this video. They've also got this, like, the depth pieces that these teams need to go far in the playoffs. And I got the list of guys here because I don't want to just miss anybody's name because I think all of them deserve a lot of credit here. But Otto Porter, excellent wing defender, can play big if he needs to. He's a really damn good shooter. He's a good fit. Kevon Looney, he knows his role, comes in, plays, 12, 15, 18 minutes a game, plays center, does a decent job of the matchup, gives them a presence on the boards, sets good screens, does all the little things that you need from them. Andrew Wiggins, one of the best defenders in the league, can space the floor a little bit, can get his own shot at times. He's a good piece to have next to those guys, and I think he's actually I'm pretty surprised how well he's kind of fitting with them, so I'm really happy with that. Nemanja Bjelica, he's a really solid three-point shooter. He can kind of get in between on some things, but for the most part, he's a talented player and he makes good plays. Gary Payton II is one of the best. He's not. Yeah, he's a very good wing defender and guard defender. He's really good at that, and he makes pretty good plays off the ball in terms of, like, cutting and make at the right time and getting the dunk at a key point in the game. I think his real value there is for the defense, though, and being that guy that they can put on a smaller guard so Steph doesn't have to do it, and Klay, you don't want to put him out there doing it, and Poole's not the lights out defender or anything like that, so they have the depth guy to go do that if it's necessary. One of my favorite players on the team, Juan Toscano Anderson, full of energy. I don't think he got any PT tonight in the major minutes or whatever. It might have been garbage time. The game is still rolling right now, but game's over anyway for the most part. He's a good guy to have for energy. Say the team comes out a little lethargic or slow or whatever, he's something that can pump some of that energy back into your team, get the life going again. And Jonathan Kuminga, I think he's going to be one of the best rookies in his class, and because he's been good when he played this year for the most part. When I saw him, he makes plays, he plays defense, he can hit shots. Like, I like his raw potential. You can see the talent on display there. Him and Toscano Anderson, they kind of remind me of, like, energy guys that can come off the bench, whatever, if necessary, because obviously the Warriors don't want to throw out Kuminga into a playoff series into the fire. Otherwise, they would have done it. But you have those guys for the energy on the bench. And then, honestly, if necessary, I don't really know how much they're going to need him, but Andre Iguodala, we know the veteran presence he has. He's smart. He can play off the ball, still a decent defender. So there's positives there. So they're deep along having 3 or 4 really good players. I mean, what was it? Klay, Steph, and Poole all had 20 plus tonight. Not many games in NBA seasons where 3 guys go for 20 plus. Like, from my watching, you don't see it as often as you think you would. And then, come on now, Draymond Green's defense. People, I don't know how or why, but they forget. They forget this man is, in my opinion, he's the best defender in the entire league in terms of guarding 1 through 5. He just knows he doesn't have to do that during the regular season, and he just flips the switch for the playoffs. As we can see in the playoffs, he's not locking down Jokic or anything like that, but he's making life really hard for him when he gets matched up on him. There was a few plays in the third quarter tonight where, yeah, Jokic had a pretty decent run right there for like 6, 8, 10 points, whatever it might have been. But when he got on to Draymond is when it got a little bit complicated, and there was some turnovers and then getting flustered, getting teased, getting fouls. It was Draymond Green's a masterclass on defense. I watched the guy in the play-in last year lock down Anthony Davis. He's got everything you need in defense. That's why I ain't worried about regular season with him. Playoff Draymond is a different version of him. Speaking of like the playoff Draymond, he's back into his best role, like where he's completely comfortable, like his most most profound role that he's ever had in his career. He's just the facilitator on offense that makes the right reads, and then he's just dishing it to the three guys off the ball and Poole, Klay, and Steph. He's just making the right reads. So all those guys don't have to do a bunch of extra dribbling and all that extra work all the time. They're just kind of moving off ball and just getting themselves open, and he's finding them. He's back where he was when they were going through those title runs. And he don't look like he fell off at all from those title runs. Like he looks just like that point in time. And I think with this team that like, if you watch them play, it's like the old Spurs way where like they just, and then for the modern Warriors way, I guess, obviously, because they did the same thing, but they play for each other. Like, it's not like they're like box score watching, like, oh, I got to get mine. I don't really care about the team. Like they're all like, everybody on that team is trying to make the best play possible for that team. It's a lot of we and not I. And that is very, very important in a playoff run because now everybody's got a common goal and they're all on the same page. And I think that is undervalued when everybody's on the same page and locked in together. You know, like you're not having Poole. It's like you don't have him waving off Klay when he's wide open. You don't have anybody like doing anything like that, something stupid. They're all playing as a unit and they're playing together on both sides of the ball. And that's why they're so freaking dangerous. And then Steve Kerr, as a coach, I know he's gotten some heat over the past few years or whatnot, but like he's a quality coach when you give him the talent. Like, you know, like you can see he's fitting this scheme around his players. And it works that way because they have the guys to do it. So it's beautiful. He's not putting guys in positions where they're not going to be maximized for what their capabilities are. He's putting them in the positions where they are maximized. So I think coaching deserves a little bit of credit here. Obviously, players got to go out and execute and make the plays and, you know, hustle and provide effort and everything like that. But coaching's got to make sure that the team is locked in. You know, they have a good game plan going in to stop the other teams. Because, I mean, honestly, the Nuggets outside of Jokic have done absolutely nothing. Like, at one point when I looked tonight, later in the fourth quarter, like the second highest score was 12 points. You know, winning any games like that, unless you got to do dropping 70 or 80. It's just not going to happen. Sorry. But, and this is not to diss the Nuggets. I think obviously we know why they're not doing as well as people want them to do in the playoffs. They're just missing a couple guys. Simple as that. That's a tangent though. And I'll give some love to the fans here because that Warriors home court advantage is absolutely insane. Those guys get going and that crowd is just feeds off of it. And then the players feed off of the crowd. It's crazy. It's one of the most wild atmospheres that I've watched on TV. I've never been to their arenas or anything like that, but you know, you can just tell that crowd pumps the players pump the crowd, and it's a love fest there. And then you watch that third quarter tonight, nobody's missing, and the crowd is just going absolutely insane. And it's just the energy is infectious. And I think that's important as fans that we, you know, as Warriors fans, for some of you, I'm not a Warriors fan, but you know, for the fan base, it's important to like feel that connection with your team. So I love that. Kudos to the fans. They deserve some credit too. Now, looking at the future of the Warriors, their bracket, the next series that they will play after they presumably beat the Nuggets, you know, hopefully they get out healthy and everything like that. They're going to play either Memphis or the Minnesota Timberwolves. And honestly, both those teams really, really damn good. I don't really personally care what the matchups or like the box scores looked like against the Grizzlies or the Timberwolves from, you know, against the Grizzlies or not against Grizzlies, against the Warriors this season, because they didn't play this team. They played a different version of this team. They didn't play it with all four of those core guys healthy at the same time, rolling with each other. So I don't think that really matters what happened before. It's going to be a clean slate. You know, it's a best of 7 at that point. And Golden State looks like they can take down just about anybody. They can go at Phoenix. They can do that. I don't know who I'm going to pick yet because obviously it's only 2 games and you need to see more and everything like that. But they look like a team that is probably Western Conference Finals bound, or just they're going to be one of the hardest teams to take out, it looks like right now. And that's not a hot take. You watch them play, you can tell this is not going to be easy to beat them 4 times. I'm loving this playoff run, man, because it's just so much fun to watch off-ball movement, teams playing for each other and not foul baiting and doing all that stuff where it just takes away from the game and just makes it boring. This is an exciting, energetic team, and they deserve a lot of hype right now because I think they have enough talent to take this all the way if everything clicks and, you know, they get the right breaks and everything like that, like every championship team will need. So interact with me on Twitter. I'll be like right about here, I'm pretty sure. Let me know what you think about this Warriors postseason outlook, how they're looking. If you guys agree with me, disagree, think that they just don't have enough, or maybe you just don't like something in particular. Let me know in the comments. I'm all for constructive criticism. It's just basketball. We're supposed to enjoy it. But yeah, man, if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. I really, really appreciate it. It helps me a ton trying to get this thing off the ground, of course. And if you like this video, like I hope most Warriors fans will probably do, because I'm buying into the hype that you guys have been warning me about for 6 months now. So yeah, if you like the video, like the content, I really, really appreciate it. I'm done here. We'll see what the Warriors do in the future. I got a feeling that it's going to be at least a few weeks before anything is talking about them possibly being done for the season. I'm done here. Peace.